The dress was red. Not just red, dangerous red. The kind that burns itself into your vision even after you look away. When I saw it hanging on the back of the door, I stopped breathing. She never wore that color for me. Going somewhere? I asked, my voice half a whisper, half a dare. Sophia turned, her hand frozen midair, lipstick just inches from her lips. Yeah, she said too casually. Just dinner with some friends. I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because it was the only sound that could keep me from saying what I really wanted to. Friends. I repeated, watching her reflection in the mirror. You mean the kind of friends you don't mention until you're already dressed like that? Her hand trembled slightly before she capped the lipstick. Why are you being like this, Daniel? It's just dinner. But it wasn't just dinner. Not with that dress. Not with the perfume that clung to the air like a secret. For weeks, I'd been pretending not to notice things. The late-night phone buzzes she silenced the moment I looked her way. The way she started sleeping with her phone under her pillow. The new passwords. The long showers that ended with a faint smile instead of steam. I told myself it was stress. Work. The slump all couples go through. But deep down, a darker voice had already started whispering. She's slipping away. Still, I wanted to believe her. Because loving Sophia meant believing her, even when I shouldn't. When she stepped closer to grab her bag, the faint scent of someone else's cologne hit me. Not mine. Sharper, muskier, expensive. My heart clenched. I wanted to ask whose it was. But something inside me, the last strand of dignity maybe, kept me quiet. Instead, I forced a smile that tasted like metal. Have fun on your date, I said. She froze. The word hung between us, heavy and deliberate. Date? She echoed, her tone thin, trembling. You think I'm lying to you? I think, I said slowly, meeting her eyes in the mirror, that you've already chosen your words too carefully for this to be casual. Her jaw tightened. You're paranoid. Maybe, I said, stepping closer. But paranoia doesn't usually smell like another man's cologne. For a moment, neither of us moved. The air felt charged, crackling, as if one wrong word could ignite everything. Then she grabbed her coat. I can't do this right now. And just like that, she left. The door closed softly, but it felt like a gunshot. That night, I sat in silence, counting minutes. Each one stretched longer than the last. She didn't text. Didn't call. I scrolled through her old messages, her photos, the tiny digital ghosts of what we used to be. Every laugh, every promise, suddenly tainted. At 11:23 p.m., a notification lit up her iPad on the counter. Can't wait to see you again tonight. Heart emoji. My breath caught. It wasn't even a name I recognized. Just an initial. I read the message over and over, trying to make it mean something else. Trying to convince myself it could be innocent. But innocence doesn't text at midnight. By the time she came home, hair tousled, lipstick slightly smudged, her laughter dying when she saw me, I already knew. She stood at the door, guilt written across her face like a confession. You're still up. Couldn't sleep. Her eyes darted toward the iPad, then back to me. You read it, she whispered. Yeah, I said. I did. Silence. Just the hum of the refrigerator, the tick of the clock, and the slow collapse of everything I'd believed in. Daniel, she began, her voice cracking. Don't, I said. Don't start with my name like that. Not when you've been saying someone else's tonight. Her shoulders shook. It wasn't supposed to happen. I didn't mean. I laughed again. That same brittle sound. You didn't mean to wear that dress. Didn't mean to lie. Didn't mean to smell like him. Tears welled in her eyes. I felt invisible, Daniel. You were so caught up in work, in everything else. I needed to feel seen. The words stung because there was truth buried inside them. I had been distant, cold sometimes, always busy. But betrayal doesn't cancel out loneliness. Multiplies it. I walked toward her, slow and deliberate. Did he see you? The way you wanted? She flinched. Please don't. Did he tell you the things you wanted to hear? That you're beautiful, special, misunderstood. Her silence was answer enough. I took a deep breath, my chest aching. You could have told me. We could have fixed it. Her eyes met mine, soft, broken. Would you have listened? The question landed like a blade. Would I have? Maybe not. Maybe I'd have brushed it off like I did before. Maybe I'd made it too easy for her to slip into someone else's arms. That realization hurt worse than the betrayal. Days passed. We barely spoke. She slept on the couch. I drowned in silence. But one evening I found her packing a suitcase. Going somewhere again. Asked, voice dry. She didn't look up. I can't stay here anymore. I can't breathe knowing what I did to you. For a moment I saw the girl I fell in love with. The trembling vulnerability, the quiet guilt. I wanted to forgive her. God, I almost did. But then I remembered that red dress. Text. Perfume. The lies. You don't get to leave like this, I said, stepping closer. You don't get to walk away and make me the villain because you feel guilty. Her eyes widened, glistening. I'm not trying to cut her off. No, you made your choice. But I want you to hear something before you go. She froze. What? I swallowed, feeling the weight of every word before it left my mouth. I told him. Her lips parted. What? I found his number in your phone. I called him this morning. Her voice broke. Daniel, what did you? I told him you were pregnant. He gasped. That's not true. I know. I smiled faintly. But he doesn't. For a heartbeat the world stopped. Then her eyes widened with horror. What did he say? She whispered. I looked her dead in the eye. He blocked you. She sank onto the bed, her whole body trembling. Why would you do that? Because, I said softly, you needed to feel what I felt. To have something beautiful inside you suddenly die. For a long time neither of us spoke. Then she said, barely audible, you destroyed me. He nodded. Now we're even. She stood, silent, tears streaking her face. You think that makes it right? No, I said. It just makes it real. She left that night without another word. Months later, I saw her at a cafe downtown. The red dress again, but this time it looked tired, faded. She was alone. When she noticed me, her lips parted as if to speak, but no words came. I walked past her, pretending not to care. But as I left, I caught my reflection in the glass. Eyes hollow, expression unreadable, and realized something terrifying. I hadn't just destroyed her. I destroyed the last part of myself that still believed love could survive betrayal.